Jeez. I think
Also,
it's getting into sort of the grittiness of warfare and not like the heroic image that is presented when we learn about the history of World War II, from
Right.
American perspective, like to see the reality of it. And we've been seeing this throughout the entire series.
Sure.
But it breaks away from, I think, the mold of World War II stories previous to this, in line with that idea of like, yeah, we're the good guys. And this
Right.
is like, well, not all the time.
That's exactly like what I was going to bring up with that, because I think it's interesting that O'Keefe is brought in at this time.
Right. Fresh
Because
eyes.
fresh eyes, and like it's almost like through him we are starting to question the morality here. It's that juxtaposed with like O'Keefe's vision. Like he's here feeling like a hero. He's ready. Like when we saw him at the
Yeah,
that
he wants to
bunker,
be-
like he wants to
contribute.
fly into Berlin and be a war hero, because that's how America paints it. Now that America is in Germany, it's interesting how like there is that like questions of morality and good versus evil and who is really what, like right and wrong. I think that's the one thing that this show also does really well, is like meshing the new faces in with the hardened veterans that have been
Yeah.
there since D-Day. The people who just want to get the fuck out of there, that like can't even remember what home is, and then that juxtaposed with the person that he's sitting right next to is fresh, ready to be America's next hero.
Yeah.
Like it's just so, it's really interesting.
Well, and this is also like the longest amount of time they probably haven't been on the front line, like trenched in or encamped somewhere, like
Right.
with ballistas going off. So it's like the first time they have a chance to like process what they've experienced.
It's like they're actively going through stages of dehumanization, not only of the enemy, but I think of themselves in a lot of ways, which I think is another big thing that like PTSD spawns from and things like that, where they lose a strong sense of self. Let us know what you guys think about this too. Like this is a very, very different episode by far to me so far.
Yeah, and really bringing up a lot of questions about like, how America presents itself and like the history it teaches.
Yeah.
And it's sort of juxtaposing to some of that and the grittiness and reality of war. He's looking for his whiskey. Eh?
He sure is.
Oh. Well.
The symbolism of that scene, like, I mean, that was so obvious.
Yeah.
To the him dropping the portrait of the army sergeant on the ground, like essentially he's a dead man, and the dog, like, wow, was that just fucking symbolism shoved in our faces or what?
Oh. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
We found something. Oh, we're on a patrol.
What? Frank, what is it?
I don't know, sir.
Find Spears and figure out how the hell to get him some food. And water.
yeah, for those of you who watched that with us, thank you for sitting with us through a tough episode.
Clearly, there wasn't much to talk about.
No.
But in a way, it's like, you know, that's the type of stuff that like needs to be seen. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I mean, I would say kudos to the creators of that episode, the director and their team,
Yeah.
because that's tough to do in a meaningful way and
Yeah,
in a respectful way. But you have to see that. You have to know.
Seeing that through the eyes of Nixon and Winters, your brothers that you have really formed this bond with over the course of 9 episodes. It's like,
Yeah.
Jesus, man, it's
My experience learning World War II history, sort of like the American war effort, and then like the Holocaust is taught separately.
yeah.
That the perspective of this episode of American soldiers finding these camps, I hadn't really seen before.
Absolutely phenomenal storytelling, because it's like how watching something like that can make you feel that strongly is just like, I mean, it's insane.
We were set up. We both, as soon as they opened the clearing,
Yeah,
and it wasn't like they weren't getting fired on, we knew. And I still wasn't ready. I still don't know what I'm feeling. Like I'm still processing it. It's such a tragic event in human history.
yeah.
And to try to capture it in a way that helps anything like that from happening again, though.
I don't think we need to rate the episode. I don't want to. Frankly, I think my
Goes beyond it.
emotions, yeah, my emotions, I feel like said more than any sort of rating could do.
Appreciate your vulnerability. We aren't faking it over here, that's for sure. If there's anything we've proved tonight.
We still got an episode.
I know. But thank you all for sticking with us, watching a tough episode. And let us know what it was like for you watching that episode. And potentially very personal. So if you don't want to share, totally understand. But if you're interested, it could be valuable.
Yeah.
And I know that we would treat those stories with all respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're liking this, hit that like button, subscribe.
Yeah. We're always willing to cry for you guys.
Check out the Patreon, all that stuff. It all feels like a little less luster than I normally have. It feels a little less important to ask all of you to do that. But,
much love to you all. This is something that's still kind of new to me. Like I wasn't expecting to have such a powerful emotional reaction to honestly anything on the channel. I don't know. That was something else to see
Yeah.
that. So one more episode to go, guys. And then we bid our band of brothers adieu. So be sure to join us for the last episode, especially if you've joined us every episode of the way so far. And we'll see. We'll catch you guys next time for the Band of Brothers finale on Chicago Reacts. So
all the love.
all the
Your
love.
boys, Zach
All
and
the
Mike.
love.